So one thing is going to be absolutely vital on whether you see progress or you don't is how you deal with being busy. And it happens. Life, work gets in the way, but the people that win versus the people that don't is who actually survives, who survives going through when they're busy. And everyone can do it when things are going well, when there's nothing going on and all you've got that is to focus on. The people that win is the people that obviously do not give up when things get busy and they're able to kind of manage it and navigate it and get through on the other side. So the first thing that I find not many people seem to do nowadays is they plan out what they're going to do. They plan out. It sounds so like it sounds mad in my head that people don't do this. They don't plan in their head like the night before roughly what they're going to be eating, what meals they're going to be roughly eating throughout the day, and they just leave it all up to complete chance, and they just waiting for it to fall in their lap, and they'll just navigate it when it actually comes. This could be the worst plan ever. Every night, just sit there and think, right, so for first meal, I'm going to have this at around this time. It doesn't have to be exact, but you just know kind of what you're doing, like what meal you're having on your first meal, what meal you're having for your second meal, what meal you're having for your third meal. Just plan out in your head. And I think the best thing is to have it all, if you are tracking your calories, and doing it on MyFitnessPal or whatever app you're using to track it on, have it done. Have it done the night before. So then you're not leaving it down to chance and you're not sitting throughout the day stressing that you're going to be hitting your calories or not because you've already gone through and planned it already. Especially this is just on a normal day, especially if you're busy the next day, just looking at it and going, right, I've got a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there. If I prep that meal here and then I can bring it to me with that, then I can eat it in between here. Perfect. Really, really good. And the reason you can do that is because you use a calendar to do it. Sounds like, oh, this is a bit obsessive. You don't need to do it hour by hour and, oh, I eat my food here. But if you have something that maybe like put in your downtime, put in when you're going to go to the gym, put in when you're going to do your steps, put in when you're going to meal prep, put in when you're actually going to eat the food as well. You could put that in as well, in and around your work times as well. Like, the more kind of systemized you get with it and the more planned and scheduled you get, the easier it then gets, especially when you're busy. Like, in the past, you usually would have gone, "Oh, I just didn't have time to do this, I didn't have time to do that." Your calendar will tell you exactly how much time you've got because it doesn't lie. It doesnit lie. It tells you when you're in work, when it tells you when you can fit stuff in, and you can then plan around that. And that's gonna be the most important part. And I mentioned one of the next ones there, and that's gonna be meal prep. Maybe prepping a few meals in advance. Maybe if you've got a day the next day where it's gonna be very busy and you're going for a busy period, instead of just cooking the one meal that night, maybe cook it for the next 2 or 3 days and put them all in at once. And then you can weigh it out, ration it out for the different days, and then all you need to do is heat it up. All you have to do is pick it up from out the fridge or pick it up from out the freezer and then just reheat it and then just eat it. Makes it 10 times easier to meal prep a certain few meals. I'm not saying you need to do every single meal for the next week or so and get overwhelmed with it. It could just be for the next day, just to get you a little bit ahead, and it makes it a lot easier for you. I know a lot of people that do this with breakfast. They make their breakfast the night before so they can pick it up straight away and they can just eat it on the go. Amazing. And that's the next one that kind of revolves around into is picking quick on the go stuff. Like, it doesn't have to be rocket science. Like, if you are someone that's in a trade in works on a site and they can't bring a lot of meal prep and stuff with them, picking things up like this on the go is going to be absolutely vital moving forward because you can go into a shop and you can pick up stuff like this, and all you have to do is have a fork and just eat it on the go. And you picking things up from shops maybe before you're going out on the job, picking small things up like that, picking up some fruit, picking up some veg, prepackaged veg as well. There's like they've got them all in pots nowadays where you can just go up and pick them up. And you don't even have to sit there with a bag of stuff. It's literally just going to be in a pot you're able to eat. It's all about making smarter choices around this and not actually picking the convenience. Having a protein bar maybe isn't the most optimal thing, but usually if you used to go in and get a chocolate bar, a protein bar is going to be a better option because there's 20 grams more protein in it, and it's going to help you out in that sense. Going into shops and just focusing on protein. That's all you need to do. It doesn't need to be, oh, I need to get the most healthy thing in the world. Just focus on getting protein. Just focus on getting 40 grams of protein from that shop. Even getting close to 60 is perfect. Once you get that, you're sorted. Focus on the protein because once you're not going to overeat on protein. You're never going to overeat on protein. The next one is ready meals. If your job has maybe a microwave or you can kind of use something to heat something up, perfect. These things are actually very, very good macros, very, very good quality of food as well. For these ready meals, what you have to do, stick them in the microwave. And you can also do this when you're at home as well. So maybe you've got a very busy time, you've got a kind of a lot on, you've only got about 10 minutes to eat before you have to go on to the next thing. You've got kids, you've got other commitments going on. Have a couple of ready meals stacked in the fridge, stacked in the freezer, so you can kind of take them out. And well, obviously, you won't take them out of the freezer and put them in the microwave because that would be stupid because it would take fucking ages to defrost. But that day, move them from the freezer into the fridge will really, really help you out. So you've got that, you can throw them in there and it's quick and easy, and you don't actually have to one cook, and you don't look for the convenience of having a shitty quality meal, and you can actually have a decent quality meal with a good amount of protein there, 30-40 grams of protein, and you can add little bits in here and there if you need to. There's one thing that I think a lot of people need to remember is that it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. You're never going to have every single day be amazing, but all I want you to do is focus on basically one thing, especially when you're busy. Hit your protein. Just focus on hitting your protein and you're going to be fine. Because if you focus on hitting your protein, you're going to be full, you're going to be satiated, you're not going to feel the need to go over on shit quality foods. Hit your protein and make sure you're drinking water. Stay hydrated. That's it. When you wake up in the morning, drink 500 milliliters of water. Throughout the day, make sure you're sipping on water. Before every single meal, have 500 milliliters of water. While you're having the meal, sip on water. 9 times out of 10, when you are saying you are hungry, you are basically just masking hunger, and thirst masks hunger, and it will. I'd guarantee just drinking 500 to a liter of water, and you'll find that your hunger levels are actually not that bad. This is perfect. This is what you should be focusing on. Too many people are focusing on things they just can't control, and they go, "Oh, I just can't do this. I can't pre." Oh, what do you mean? I'm too busy. I can't cook my meals. I can't cook every single meal. You're focusing on what you can't focus on. And obviously, the things that matter is hitting your calories, hitting your protein, making sure you're eating good quality food. They matter. That you can also control that. You can also control hitting your protein. You can also control doing that. Focus on what you can control. Go into a shop and go, right, what can I do here? What smart choices can I make? Instead of focusing on what I do. Oh, I can't have my usual chicken, this stuff. So what? Go in and focus on what you can do. You're not in that situation right now. Focus on what you can control. And then that will also align with focus on things that actually matter as well. So hitting your protein, making sure you're hydrating. That's going to be the main important thing. Looking at your micronutrients, picking up some fruit, picking up some veg will be an added bonus as well. And just remember that consistency is king. Consistency is king. That just means being 7 or 8 out of 10, which means you're not perfect. 7, 8 out of 10, 100% of the time beats being 100%, 20% of the time, hands down. Hands down. So that's exactly what you're going to do when you are busy and on the go to make life 10 times easier for yourself.